civil machines. It makes work easier by changing the way it is done, or makes, And then devices that transfer energy in a single motion. Those are review, so you guys should know what they are by now.
Basic vocabulary again, fourth push pull and go ahead. A pulley, like every other simple machine, has been around for thousands of years. So it's basically a circle, a wheel of some sort, with some sort of connector between it too. Okay, so whether that be a rope, a belt, a chain, some sort of transferring device.
All right, so as you just said, a pulley, it has a rope attached to it, just like in that diagram, and it basically makes work easier by changing the direction of the applied force. So if we pull down, what's going to happen to this load? It's going to go up, right? So that's pretty much what we use pulleys for, is to change the direction of that applied force.
So there's fixed pulleys and there's movable pulleys. Okay, a fixed pulley means that there's no translational movement, and again, you wouldn't say translational movement to like a second grader, they don't care. But basically, this pulley itself is going to stay right there. Translational movement is Cameron is at point A, Cameron moves to point B. That's translational movement. If Cameron is at point A and spins, and Cameron's still at point A, there's no translational movement, there's just rotational movement. So that's what makes a fixed pulley a fixed pulley. It stays there. Examples, flagpole. I don't know why we have block and tackle there. There's a fixed pulley at the top. That's probably why we have block and tackle.
Alright, so next we have a movable pulley. So just like it says in its name, it's actually moving with the object. So it's usually attached directly, it's always attached directly to the object. So whenever we move this, the pulley is actually going to move along that connector. In this case, it is a rope. So some examples would be Jack Sparrow whenever he's raising and lowering sails, or also a garage door opener. So if anyone has a garage door, you can actually see the pulleys moving whenever you go home.
Next we have a combination pulley, which is where we take multiple pulleys and put them together. And the idea behind this is that the more pulleys that you have, the easier it is to lift something up. So again, pull down here. It's going to be really easy to lift this up. Basically, I kind of want to do a math lesson on this one, because you can show like how much distance is going to move here versus how much distance is going to move here of rope. But you're doing the same amount of work, okay? But your force is going to be less. And that's something to get across if those students understand the equation, okay? Because 2 times 4 is 8, 4 times 2 is 8. It's just that we want one of those numbers to be big and one of those to be small, because that means we don't have to lift as much weight. We can add an activity.
Alright, so here's some examples of combination pulleys. We use them to lift really, really heavy things, so cranes are going to have them. And next we have a block and tackle, which is just a type of a combination pulley used to lift very, very heavy objects. So we have the block, which is a frame actually holding the pulleys, and then the tackle, which is the rope or cable.